And we're live. We're live. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, and welcome to the very first Sisters United of 2016. And we are going to be we're going to be talking about the power of vision for a wonderful 2016, basically for any year, for any day, really. I'll quickly go across the board today for everybody that we have on today. Some people might be popping in and out, but I am Valerie Jampolsky. I am the Abundance Mom Freedompreneur from Abundance Now. I am a single mom. I've got twin 5-year-old boys, and we my usual little naked kid alert. I think they're pretty much settled in the other room, and just wanted to first of all wish everybody a happy New Year. And we're going to, for me, the whole reason, why I'm here, I just feel so blessed, is because I made a powerful decision. I had a vision for myself, and I made a powerful decision. When I was very pregnant with the twins. I used to be an entertainment attorney. I was sitting there in my office and having a realization that if I didn't do some drastic changes in my life, that I was hardly ever going to see my kids. I'd be lucky if I could tuck them in at night, and also knew that there was so much more to me than what I was doing. And I made a powerful decision. I had a vision for my life, and we'll talk more about this. But I made a powerful decision, which led to the shifts of all the different things that now allows me, that I get to be home, I get to be here. I'm not running off to the office right now. And I get to homeschool my kids. I get to be able to travel with them, go do whatever, basically spend my time doing what I want, speaking about the things that matter to me, and not spending most of my day doing things that I just, don't feed my soul, but spending most of my day being with my kids and being able to make a living communicating stuff that I love on my time, which is very cool. Because as you can see, we're running a little bit late. We're kind of doing it on our schedule here. I know, sorry for folks who are attempting to be more on time for you, but we're mompreneurs. We get to have our own freedom on this. We're our own bosses, so that's the cool part. I'm gonna pass it on over to Joan. Come on, say hi.
Hey everybody, happy New Year. Again, like Valerie said, I feel the same way. I feel so blessed to be able to share this space with you, Val, and with Miriam. Val has been such an inspiration to me, and she's just awesome. You can see it in her face, and you see it in how she shares her story, how this is really something that her soul just loves to do, and to have that freedom. And I love it too. I found this working online for about a year, and the other day I was just thinking how I'm such a different person from just 12 months ago, how my new ideas are totally different from how I was before, and just how I feel happier. I guess my soul just feels like it's in the right place and where it's supposed to be. And I love to be able to, like Valerie said, just be able to spend time with the family whenever we want, however we want. We've been able to take some really cool trips this year, just on the fly, just random. I homeschool my kids as well. And, we're kind of running a little late this morning, and it's cool because you kind of can just shift around stuff, and it's pretty awesome. And I'm really excited. I know already this year has been crazy, amazingly crazy, and I'll share some of that later. But just really awesome, and thank you so much again for coordinating this, Val. And it's been, knowing you has just been so cool.
Love you, Joan. I love when you guys come on. So you're like this light that just lights everything up. Mary Hi. Okay, I'm in Los Angeles, and where are you at, Joan?
I'm in Dallas.
You're in Dallas, and Miriam, where are you at?
I'm in Orlando.
You're in Orlando. We're crossing the country, and we often have people coming on from all over the world if you're brand new to us. We have people that come on from the UK, people that come from Australia, New Zealand, all over the place. Shout out to Sarita, hi, in Australia. Anyways, she may or may not be able to pop out today. I don't know, but I just want to give oh, go ahead, Mariam. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Okay, actually, Happy New Year, everyone, and I'm really glad to be part of this, especially in the New Year's, and be with you, Valerie and Joan. Yeah, I'm very excited for the new year, and I'm looking forward to a lot of great things. I'm just especially grateful that being part of this online business, I'm able to work from home and be just about anywhere. So about few months back, I failed a course, and in a program that I had my hopes and dreams set for, and really I felt that a little torn apart about it because I really wanted to accomplish something. But ever since I've been here, I feel like I'm able to finally accomplish everything I've ever wanted and more, make all my dreams come true. So I'm feeling really happy, and I'm looking really forward to this new year and everything that's to come. So yeah.
Love it, love it, love it, Mariam. I'm gonna come out here. I just want to give a quick shout out to Rita. I don't know if she'll be gonna be able to hop on. It's really quite late in Australia. This is why we started to do these earlier to help out the folks down under. I just want to give a quick shout out. She just crossed the 200,000 mark, and she's been doing what we do for less than 2 years. So and had no experience at all. So for any of you that might be watching and wondering what the heck are we doing, and you're looking at your new year and you're going, you know what, it's time, like we did. We made a decision to do something different, to find a way to create something different. There's a button below. Click it, and you can get in for like $7. You can get started with us, and we'll connect with you on the other side and see what's up with us. And be happy to welcome you. You might be one of us up here talking, which would be kind of fun, And you can do this while you're doing something else. You can build it. I know we're all here, doing our thing, but you can build what we do part-time from doing whatever else. If you have another job, something else that's going on. I mean, mainly, I do it, when the kids were little, I did it when they were sleeping. Mostly now, often they're playing right next to me, literally playing at our feet, so to speak. So, and for those of you, a lot of us are moms, but you don't, obviously, if you don't, not a parent, obviously you can do this as well. But I'm just saying, for a lot of times this does appeal, to moms, because we do want to be home with our kids. So, diving into our topic, the power of vision for a wonderful 2016. Here's the thing. I know every year, people, there's a tendency, we make what's called New Year's resolutions, and just curious, even with you, Mariam and Joan, have you ever made a quote unquote New Year's resolution, and then sooner or later, like in January, February, it's just kind of like filtered off into nothingness? You haven't kept it up, whatever the heck it was. Well, I can't hear you, Joan.
Yeah, I think that happens almost every year for me.
Yeah, most people do, and this is kind of what I want to talk about. What we're talking about, the vision, is quite different than a resolution. Okay, because oftentimes, people, they start at the beginning of the year, they say they're going to do it, but they don't. They stop whatever it is. Whether it's exercise or something. Whatever it is they do, they stop it. And part of the reason, I think, and I believe, is because they're forcing something from the outside, as opposed to having the people that accomplish things, right, are those that have a vision. And, and then what we would call it, and then you're literally pulled by your vision. Because and a vision comes from a different place. A vision comes from almost, a quiet place within, where, like, for me, like, I'll go back to that moment where I was sitting in my office, very pregnant, and I had a vision. The vision kind of can go in two different directions, and that's the thing. A lot of people use vision in the wrong way. They'll start thinking about, how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to do this? And they start visioning a worst case scenario. right? They're visioning how they're not going to be able to do the things that they want in their life, right? How they're not going to be able to have the freedom, how they're not going to be able to, and they start seeing I mean, I used to do this all the time. In fact, I used to think it was the most responsible thing to do, was to look for the worst case scenario and plan for it, and that somehow that was going to make my life better. When the reality was I was attracting the worst case scenario. And where the difference is, anybody that's accomplished anything, I believe, it's because they've had a vision of what they do want, not what they don't want, but they actually have a vision of what they do want, and they focus on the vision. Anybody that's overcome serious health issues, it's because they felt they could feel themselves healthy. Or anybody that's gone and done the exercise routine and lost the weight, it's because they could see themselves as that different, healthy, strong body, right? And that pulled them. Anybody like us, even that making money doing what we do online, it's because we see, we vision, we see the result before it happens. Before it happens. I'm going to go back, before I had my first $3,000 day, I saw it happening. And then I took the actions within the steps that we have here, and I had it. The same thing happened for Sarita. She saw it, and then, because we do things like we write out what we call like our well-formed outcome. We write it out. I know one of the things I've done, Sarita actually has it pop up on her phone, where you sit down and you create an intention statement of what it is that you're seeing, feeling yourself as the person that you want to be. It's like the thing is it's almost like how can I explain this? Abundance, the abundance of whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's finances, whether it's health, whether it's, no matter what it is, you want to have a better, stronger body, whatever the heck it is, right? It starts from within as an experience of it. And we already have it. We already have health. Regardless of our physical circumstances, regardless of what your physical financial situation is right now, or where your body is right now, or whatever else is, relationships are, we have within us, who we all are is this absolute wisdom, absolute joy, absolute health, absolute, infinite possibilities, really. It all starts in the invisible. And I know this is going to get a little esoteric, but I know you guys are with me on this, that, you feel it. You feel what it is that feeling into that vision of what it is that you want. And the reality is it's already ours. It's like having that experience of it, knowing that it is. And then just pretty much getting out of your own way and taking advantage of what's in front of you. Like there's no accident you're here with us watching right now, right? There's something pulling you here. Something in your life knew this was a place to be. And you're still watching right now because there's something in your life that knows there's going to be something of value here, right? And for me, it was like when I came across something and taking action on what was in front of me, taking action on the opportunities that were in front of me at the time, even connecting, initially founded this hangout with Sarita and a bunch of other incredible women here. But it started with me and Sarita in a parking lot where I was pulled to go. We were at an event and something said there was like a party in a parking lot. It's like everybody's going to be there late at night. They've got a chef in a parking lot. Why do I need to go? So my life said I needed to go. So this is crazy. I'm going to go to bed. No. And I went. And that's when I connected with Sarita and we decided we really wanted to start with helping the moms and helping, all women around the world. And we had a vision. We stood there in that dark parking lot, arms locked around each other, hugging each other because we were so happy and so thrilled that we just saw, we could see what was possible. And, here we are now. And, we've got this hangout. It's been going on for quite some time. I think it's been over a year. Well, how long has it been? I don't know if it's Sisters United, how long Sisters United, but we've been doing these now for over a year, and it's a powerful experience, and we've heard from so many people of you know, the shifts that they've had in their lives. I mean, some people have even told us that, you know, they were considering not being here anymore, and now they are. They've had massive shifts personally, financially. It's a lot of different ways. So first, I just want to say thank you for all of you that watch and connect with us, and reach out, say hi. Like even right now, say hi in the chat. If you're watching this in the replay, our intention is that you're here with us. Reach out and say hello, and you know, and be a part of our community. You know, you are welcome here, whether you join us on the inside in what we do, or whether you're just here every week because you want to be inspired, because that's why we're here. You know, it's to speak our, you know, our thoughts, our vision, and just like I saw myself being able to make a difference in people's lives, helping them to realize that, you know, like you said, that if you've ever had a thought of anything that you want in your life, the mere fact that you could even think it means it's already yours. And it's a matter of just trusting it, trusting that vision, that little giggle of a thought that comes up, and allowing it to open up into something bigger, allowing yourself to see it more, allowing it, and then opening yourself up to even more than you can possibly imagine. You know, and asking yourself the question, what can I do in this moment? What are the things that are going to lead me? What do I need to do in the direction of this? And your life opportunities will show up right under your nose, right, of what to do and take action on. And that's how anything amazing, anything wonderful has ever been created, is it started from, as soon as I've got my little flyaway hair, anything that is wonderful that can possibly happen, that's how it starts. It starts from that vision. So I'm going to pass it on. I know you guys, I know Joan and Merriman, you have powerful things to say on this. I'm going to pull you out, Joan.
That's awesome. Yeah, about vision, because it's definitely comes from a different place than just writing out and setting out goals.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you hear people talk about, near-death experiences, and they have flashbacks, and they see a light, and they have visions of angels or beings helping them out and things like that. And that's, that's their vision, a vision that they had of something of a greater source than them. And when we have visions of our goals, we can see, what we want, what inspires us, what our soul really wants to do. That is exactly it's an apparition for you, and it's a sign that that is what your creator has called you to do. That is exactly what a vision is, because it's so connected to what you are supposed to be. And you'll feel it, like you'll feel happiness, you'll feel peaceful, you feel you just feel unconditional love when you see yourself in what you want to do. And for you not to do anything about it is kind of saying, it's kind of a slap in the face to the creator, saying, no, I'm not going to do what you have destined me to do. And so I think that to be able to follow that to vision is, like Valerie said, it'll be divinely inspired for you to take the steps, to take the action towards that vision of yours. And I just learned this, within this past year, and it's been a journey to be able to do that, because you can actually feel, hey, am I taking the right steps or am I not? And that's all within you, and you can all feel that. And with that, that's I think you have to take some quiet time out. You have to sit for like 5 minutes and really just ask yourself and quiet your mind, because you can get so many powerful messages about how to take the action. But when you're in the busyness of everything, then things get crumbled up, and things get messed up and screwed up, but to just sit quietly and just to think about, and like you said, the vision. You have to see yourself doing what you want. Where are you? What time is it? How are you feeling? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? Those are things that you need to consider when you are trying to put your visions together. And then Val was saying, you have to see yourself, you have to feel yourself in that moment of you actually achieving that goal. Where are you? Who is with you? Who are you going to tell? What kind of feelings are you having? What kind of emotions are you having? What are you seeing, smelling, touching? Who's around you? Things like that. And that you have to get so detailed into that moment for you to actually feel your vision come alive. So yeah, I love envisioning. Is actually really fun because you start after you start to do it after a while, it's like, this is so much fun. Like, how could I ever not be doing this?
Yeah, I love it. It's a powerful. It's like, oh, you realize how many possibilities there really are. They really are. This is powerful thing. Miriam, you want to come out on this?
Yes.
You're a powerful manifester, girl.
Oh, wow. Yeah, creating visions for yourself is very powerful, and I seem to be doing that a lot, and I have done it a lot. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's very powerful. It creates the path that you want to follow. So it's like, for example, what I always try to do for myself is I always try to think positive. I always try to think of the best of the situations, and I was right there with you, Valerie. There was a time I would really think of the worst case possible, or the worst case scenario possible, and really that created like nothing but challenges and difficulties ahead of me, until one day I said, what if I did it the other way? What if positive? I mean, like, everything's happening exactly how I'm imagining it, and it's not good. So what if I changed my thoughts a little bit and started thinking more positive? And you know what? Everything started happening exactly the way I wanted, positively and everything. So and a lot of that, it took a lot of looking within, and it took a lot of also just being in the moment, because I struggled a lot with anxiety at one time, and I would just, when something bad happened, I'd panic, and what else is going to happen wrong, and it's just a bad domino effect. But then when I started changing my thoughts and I started looking within, I really took a lot of time to meditate for myself. And just feeling more at peace with the moment. I started going out more in nature, and I started being more grateful for my circumstances, especially with my little girl. She's my world, she's my happiness, and I don't know, it just changed my thoughts, and then along with that, everything else started to change more positively. So we all have such great potential. We all have a beautiful purpose in life, and it's just a matter of looking within ourselves to be able to see it. I mean, we are capable of so much. We're beautiful. So abundance is within us. Abundance is around us, and all we have to do is just look within. It's so possible to have it. It's so possible. Just think beautiful things. Just I don't know how to explain it, but it's so possible. Instead of going down that route of what's the worst thing that can happen, change your thoughts, flip it completely. Well, what's the best that can happen, and everything will happen exactly how you want it. You just got to be positive, just got to keep looking forward. Anything is possible. We're beautiful. We have so much potential. It's amazing. It truly is amazing. Speaking from experience, so
I love it. And it is, and it's and that's the thing, is it's like, we all, whether you believe it or not, it's kind of like, I'm going to say something. Take like a pencil or something near you right now, and just let go of it. It's going to drop to the ground, whether you believe in gravity or not. Okay, that sucker's going to drop to the ground. This is just it's the laws of how things work. We all have a unique destiny. We all have a unique calling. And when we allow ourselves to meditate, and we talk about meditation, which is, really getting, quiet, and, and there's a lot of different forms of meditation. I'm going to talk about a powerful one that I've been delving into much more deeply. And again, I know you've heard me talk about it, but Michael Bernard Beckwith teaches it at Agape right now. Actually, it's free, and I'll put the link below where you can access it every Sunday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, and you can go watch the replay. Like, it's actually a replay of he's teaching meditation, right? And also teaches like this powerful like life visioning process where you can actually work with visioning your life. And the idea is, it's almost, I'm going to throw a little bit of like powerful information out here to you, but there's 4 different ways that people tend to kind of see the world. A lot of people, unfortunately, go through, they're looking at the worst case scenario. They're in victim mode, right? Where they're thinking that the world is affecting them. And there's always something that's out there that's responsible for their life not being what they want it to be, okay? That's victim mode. The next step is when you start to realize that you can actually create whatever you want. You can manifest anything that you want by literally seeing it, okay? You see it, you feel it, right? And then and you can feel yourself in the situation, and you can literally manifest that. That we have that powerful ability to see something before it even exists and manifest something specific, right? And I've done it a lot. I mean, I did it one time. I worked with a manifestation exercise. I manifested $7,000 out of thin air in 3 days. Okay, and a lot more over time. But it's one of the things that we teach you when you're on the inside. We teach you how to do those sorts of things. So, but there's a step beyond that, and the phase beyond that. And Joan had started to talk about it. Is this whole idea of that, realizing that, where this all comes from. Right? This is all coming from Source. It's coming from the divine, that we are all, connected as one, and it's opening up and allowing that, the universe, divine nature, God, whatever you want to call it, to work through us. Opening up and allowing that, saying, you know what, I've got. And being open to the idea that, we come up with a vision, and this, I'm going to throw something out here, is that it starts with visioning. You need to start with that to be able to see even little things, like I found that parking spot. I mean, whatever it is, starting with smaller things and bigger things, to start to realize that the universe really is on our side, that there is this love intelligence that governs everything and everyone, right? And that we are all a part of it and everything, and to allow even more than we can possibly imagine. Start with that detail. Start with feeling and seeing that detail, and then opening up to even more than we can possibly imagine. Because the reality is there's more. I mean, I had started with a vision for something that that I wanted to manifest. And every single time I've done it, I've actually really allowed it, the process, kind of like what Joan was describing. I've gotten more than I could possibly imagine, because that's how the universe is. There's so much more than we can with the limited consciousness in these physical bodies. We are so much more. We have these bodies, but we are spiritual beings. We have so much more. It's opening up and allowing that, and trusting that everything that governing, there is nothing against us. That there is that everything is the love essence of the universe, and to trust that when we open up to it, we can actually, getting quiet in meditation. In meditation, a very specific thing. I used to think that I couldn't do it when I thought it had to be where I was just focusing on my thoughts, because my thoughts were always there. And it's not about trying to control the thoughts so much, because it's more about letting them just sort of float on by and staying with an intention. And for me, like for recently, if you go and watch, like for example, Sundays, there was an intention that they worked with the meditation, which was to realize, the absolute incredible magnificence of our being, of who we really are, right? And our connectedness, and of everybody's being, of everyone. Right, and to feel into that, and to feel into that beautiful, like you said, going into nature can do that. Even just being in nature can do that, but having that awareness and feeling into that. I mean, when I do that, I get this incredible joy just lifts up within me, and it's natural to open up to understand that I'm opening up to my vision and asking, what is it? What am I here to do? Because I really believe we each have unique gifts. We are all unique beings here to express love and beauty and joy, and in our own unique way, in whatever that is, right? And that we have a unique destiny to do that. And when we open up to that and more than we can possibly imagine, we allow ourselves to step into our power, to step into, talk about a powerful 2016, a powerful life, right? And that's, believe it or not, is stage 3. That's what it says. Like, it's just opening up to allowing more than we could possibly imagine, and saying, through me, do this through me, right? The next step is when you can have an awareness that all of that, that we are all this divine nature, that it is us, and it's not so, and it's more than just working through us, it's as us, that we're here, that this is all, it's not just through us, but as us. It takes a shift of, sort of a shift of awareness, realizing who and what we really are. That we really are this divine nature. All of us we are all unique expressions of it, and that we are, here to literally express that, and in whatever way is unique for us. For us here, we're here in the Hangouts, we're talking about things that matter to us. We want to live our lives in a certain way and help our children to realize, for me, that they can live and be and do anything. Whatever. Some people are fed by the creative. They're artists, they're musicians, they're sculptors. There could be creativity in medicine and finding, ways, cure, all kinds of things. Ways to have alternative forms of energy. Creative ways to organize ourselves on the planet as politicians that are involving peace, as opposed to finding ways to have war. There's so much where this, infinite possibilities, better forms of education and communication. On and on and on. We all have our unique gifts to bring to the world. And when we allow ourselves to see it go past even our own vision, and realize that we are here to do this through us, as us, and to continually ask those powerful questions. Like, I know both of you, you've asked yourself some powerful questions, which have resulted in some powerful results in your life. For me, like, how can I, what can I do in this moment? How can I share my gift in this moment? What is my next step? What is it? And then things pop up in front of me. Like when I originally came across this business, I started asking these questions. Like, okay, I can see this. I know there's so much more that I have. Like, that was the epiphany that I had sitting in that office. I keep going back to it because it was a big deal for me. Very pregnant. My hormones running frickin' amok. But I could see and feel so much, where it was like my whole world just like, I'm sitting there in my office surrounded by my stuff, but I shifted. I was physically sitting in that office, surrounded by boxes and boxes and papers of stuff that was just really stressful to deal with, all that, what I did as a job. And I left that, even though it was physically there. I went into this awareness of this feeling of, I know I could just feel what I was to be out there in the world doing. I couldn't put the pieces together of exactly what it was, but I could feel it. I could feel there was something more that I was there to do, and that it had to do with helping people to really see their value and what was possible. I didn't know how or what that would, reach into, but I knew it wasn't sitting in that office. I just knew it. And I knew I needed to be home with my kids, and I knew there was a way to do it all and have it all. I just knew it. And as I just kept opening up and taking action, and it was a process. When I finally came across this, it was like I'd been asking, and I was looking, and I was able to see it. It was right in front of me, and they said, click on that button. I said, yeah. And I went in and I just followed the steps. And I was like, yeah, here I am, getting the inspiration to do this and be here with all of you, Anyways, that's me going off on a on my whole thing on it. Joan, you wanna hop out on this?
Yeah, it's funny about what you said, because when I first had my first corporate job, I kind of had this feeling like I can do so much more.
Yeah.
And that feeling kind of just propelled to, where I am today, is that to do more be more in line with what makes my soul happy. And it's just to inspire people and to be a light to people. And if I am just in tune with that, then things start to unfold. And it's that simple, where you are aware of, what, I guess, like you said, to be in tune of how you feel, and to be in tune of what your true purpose is. And like what you said with meditation, it's hard at first, and the first few times are probably going to suck because it's hard to get your mind so quiet, and it's hard to find that quiet space. But if you just keep working at it and working at it, you'll eventually get to that level where Valerie is, or where some of us are, and it's really awesome. And to know that your visions are gifts to you. Those are actually apparitions for your future and for where you can be and how you can feel. And it's possible, because if you ask, it's already yours.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. I love it. I want to just repeat what you just said. If you ask, it's already yours. It's a big deal. If you ask, it's already yours. To feel it, to really feel that. Joan, you say these things and it's like they come flying out of your mouth. I want to emphasize so people can get that. I mean, it's a big deal. If you ask, it's already yours. We can feel it. We can feel people. We think it's an outside job. It's an inside job. If you think that you need to get something before you're going to feel happy and feel love and feel fulfilled and all that, it's not how it works. It starts here. For me, it was around those boxes, and I was just like, I shifted into this feeling of this awareness of joy, and it was joyful when I got what was possible. Right? I just was like, okay, I just got to take these steps. I'm not quite sure which ones they are yet, but it's gonna show up. I'll figure it out. But it's that feeling that to feel happy, regardless of what your physical situation is right now, to feel that abundance, because it's ours already. It starts here, and when you can feel it here, you will be guided as to what next steps to take. It'll just become, no matter what it is that you're doing. But it starts here. It's not about when I get, I'm going to feel. It's the feeling of who you want to be, feeling it here and now, and then taking the actions. It starts here first. That's just, anyways. But Mary, I'm going to pull you up on this because I know you get this.
Visioning my life how I wanted to see it. I remember I was working at a job, and I wasn't working for corporate. It was a little different, and I used to think to myself what kind of life I actually wanted. And even though I was there and I did everything I had to do, I was actually a caregiver for the elderly. Excuse me. And I don't mind something like that, to be honest, but I actually wanted to do more, and I wanted to give away more. And also I wasn't really happy with the job, to be very honest. I was happy that I was helping, but I wasn't happy with not being able to provide and support better for my life and my child. So I just put myself in a mindset of where I saw myself and who I wanted to be, and I felt like I was already there. So it made getting through that process easier, but it also helped me get out of that situation, and I ended up manifesting the life I really wanted. So it really is very powerful to have that mindset. Once you create it, you're already there, and it's just like Joan said, asking, it's already given. So all you have to do is just put yourself in that mindset, and you have it. It's in the palm of your hands. It's there.
Yeah, I love it. I'm just going to see. I'm going to take a quick look because I know you guys are on the phone. I just want to see if we have any.
Uh-oh. I think Valerie left the call.
Yeah, I think I pushed a button or something. But I think after a little bit, if she doesn't, she might hop back on. But because she's hosting, we might just all fall away. But but it's okay. I think we're kind of close to the top of the hour. But yeah, it's awesome that you can kind of see like what you did, and what Val has been doing is to envisioning what you want. You know, a little bit about my story is, you know, I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and you know, trying to provide and for the family while continuing to stay at home. You know, and working online, that has been something that I've been wanting to do also. And so when I finally, you know, made that decision, you know, I envisioned myself opening up my emails, and you know, there'd be commission messages. I saw myself getting, you know, being able to just go to the beach or go on vacation and still get paid. And, you know, that has actually manifested. That has actually been happening. You know, you wake up and you get, you know, messages that you've got commissions while you were just sleeping. And, you know, that has always been something. A lot of people say that's impossible. How could that actually be? And it is actually possible. So that's how strong, you know, visions are. Even if you start thinking about worst case scenarios, then those worst case scenarios actually happen. So that's how strong it is. And to actually, that's why it's so much better to envision yourself as being something positive or being the best case scenario. That's why it's so important to have that positive mindset. And it takes work. So, and it's not that hard, but you have to work at it. And once you finally get it, it's life changing, right, Miriam?
Yeah, I agree. And that's how you know how I started was I noticed observing Rita and how she had all this and I wanted that, so I started following her, and then when I joined, I got the benefit, and I was exactly just my emails, sleeping overnight, and I up or you know, grateful for that because it hurt, and then believing in myself, and then it happened. It's hard to explain, but it's the most important thing is believing in and God. Yeah, I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. Oh,
I'm gonna go check on the Facebook chat and see if Valerie had said something on there. Hold on.
yes, okay.
Okay, she said her computer kicked her off, and so now she should be coming back. So, um, but yeah, and also I agree that with Val, I think she said to envision yourself at the in your goals in what you want to achieve throughout the day. And I think with she said that Sarita had put you have a reminder on your cell phone to say, hey, think about your vision or speak out your goals, a few times a day, just so that you're in that moment and you don't forget. Because sometimes I remember at first I was like, I don't need to take more time, but it actually helps when you do take the time out to see that. So let me check on Val again and see what's going on. She hasn't